Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and Season 6 has dropped in Black Ops Cold War, and so now I'm showing you gameplay of the new Deprogram map, and of course the two new weapons, the Grav Assault Rifle and the Ironhide Shotgun. Before we actually talk about the map and these two weapons, let me just say right off the bat, I am sick right now. My throat is absolutely killing me, and for those of you who are subscribed to my channel, you probably noticed that my voice sounds really awful, so yeah, that really sucks. A few days ago, and I feel silly for saying this, but I kind of commented on one of my videos that my throat kind of hurts for some reason, and I couldn't really figure out why. I didn't think I was sick. Sure enough, the next day I got really sick, and so if for those of you who may have notifications on for my videos and you didn't see any videos pop on like the last couple days, or at least one day, at least 1 or 2 days, then that's actually because I uploaded YouTube Shorts, and I don't think YouTube Shorts actually notifies my subscribers when I upload them. So make sure you go ahead and manually check on my channel to watch those shorts, because I've been trying to actually do a lot more YouTube Shorts recently, and so I kind of made up for uploads by uploading shorts instead of an actual video because I was sick. Either way, let's go ahead and just first start talking about this Deprogram map, because personally this is one of my favorite maps in the game right now, even though I do only have like first impressions of it because of course Season 6 just came out. But this map is a lot of fun. Like, it's so unique. I would argue it's the most unique map we have in Black Ops Cold War, and what makes it so unique is, well, first of all, you're inside Adler's mind during the whole, I guess, deprogram process of them trying to get the numbers program out of his head, and so everything's just so wackadoodle, you know? You have like different parts of like the campaign and just really recognizable areas that are just all mashed together, and like with floating objects, and then around you is like this whole dome of numbers, and then you have a giant stitch that's like hologrammed into the background. It's really interesting. It's visually awesome in my opinion, and it's pretty colorful as well, and that's something I love to see. And the layout of the map isn't too bad as well. It's mostly an SMG and shotgun catered map, especially kind of in the center of the map, and that's not a bad thing, you know. A lot of people love close quarters combat, and I think it plays well in this game. You know, there's different flank points you can go through. It's a pretty standard 3-lane map, but it's a pretty unique one, and it definitely does cater more to a close quarters combat style, especially if you're someone who likes to rush. But that's not to say there isn't some long range spots as well that assault rifles and LMGs can't compete with, but there is one thing I really don't like about this map, and I'm sure everyone watching this can actually agree with me if you've played on this map, and that is the whole red door feature. So I think a lot of us were thinking when we first saw a gameplay of this map that the red doors was going to make it to where when you go in them, it'll teleport you to a random location on the map. Well, that's not actually the case. There's a couple different red doors you can enter, but each one actually just brings you into the same location, which is literally at this part of the map that's kind of like on the side in the center of the map, and it brings you in basically into this room where you can only access it if you go through the red doors. But what's really dumb about this is that people can easily just camp up there and wait for like an enemy to actually like just go inside the red door and just camp in that building and, you know, get an easy kill when they spawn out of that red door, you know. And so it's really dumb how there's only one way to get into that room, and the only way is through those red doors, and it's just honestly really annoying. Like, it's so dumb. It's so easy to camp up there. It's like a camper's dream to just like feed kills off people trying to teleport through those red doors. And so I really do think they need to add like a ladder or something on the outside of that building that you can access it in a different way. And so I just don't really understand why they do this. Literally, I will use C4 and I will just throw C4 up into that building because I know there's people camping in there, and like 2 out of 3 times I'll probably get a kill. And so I just don't really understand why they did this method. I was kind of hoping they would use the red doors as a fast travel feature to get from one point of the map to another point, or maybe just spawn you into a totally random area. But of course, maybe they didn't want to do that because that would change up the gameplay a little bit. But did they not ever consider to think that people would just camp up there and just spawn kill people going through that red door or whatever? It makes no sense at all. I don't know why they did this. I love the idea of having a red door on a 6v6 multiplayer map. They just didn't execute it properly, which is really upsetting. So hopefully there'll be some sort of update in the future where maybe they'll change the red doors to where they don't just do that. They don't just bring you into that one room. They can bring you to other areas of the map, or at least put a a ladder, multiple ladders on the outside of that area, so that way we can access it without having to use the red doors. So that would be really cool if they did something like that, but that's the one little big gripe I have about this map, which is really unfortunate because the rest of the map is really good in my opinion. It plays really well, but just that one part is just so annoying, which is really upsetting. Now let's go ahead and talk about the new DLC weapon, starting with the Grav here. I don't really have much of opinion about this weapon just because I haven't really used it too much and I don't really have any attachments unlocked for it. However, if we're talking about the gun without any attachments, it has a lot of recoil, so you got to be really careful when trying to shoot enemies, especially at longer ranges. That recoil is really noticeable and it's going to be a lot harder to actually control than you might think, and so therefore you really got to unlock attachments for this thing, which I currently don't have, unfortunately, but I have used it a little bit. The damage doesn't really seem that good either. It just seems pretty mediocre. Fire rate seems pretty mediocre, but with like a lot of, I guess, recoil. So I don't know. I can definitely see them buffing this weapon in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, I don't have any attachments unlocked for it, so I can't really have an opinion about the Grav as of right now, but nonetheless, it's really cool to see the Galil come back into Black Ops Cold War. Another thing is the Ironhide shotgun. So this shotgun is honestly pretty good. I've already unlocked attachments for it. I've used it quite a bit, and it's pretty fun to use. However, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed this as well, and I noticed this as soon as I first started using it, which was actually in the new Zombies map, is that there's some sort of delay every time you pull the trigger, or at least every time you're trying to shoot multiple times in a row, you know, because it is a lever action shotgun, so I understand there's going to be a delay between each shot because, you know, you have to pull the lever, but for some reason, that split second when you try to pull the trigger after you get done doing the whole lever action to it, it just doesn't shoot, or like it does shoot, but it doesn't shoot the exact same time you pull the trigger on the controller, which doesn't make sense to me. And so I wonder if it's the same thing on PC, or if you're using a mouse. I'll have to try that out next time I actually play on my PC, but it just seems really inconsistent, and there are attachments to actually make the fire rate better, but it doesn't seem like it changes anything, so you might as well just avoid attachments that make the fire rate better. Another thing is that it is a shotgun, so you can hip fire or aim down sights if you really wanted to, but this is really a long range shotgun, and so you're better off actually aiming down sights with this thing than hip firing, because there's been so many times where I am hip firing this thing and not all the pellets hit my enemy, so therefore I don't get that one shot kill. However, if you aim down sights, you are tightening that spread so much that all the pellets have a better chance of hitting the enemy and you're able to get that one shot kill. So aiming down sights with this shotgun is pretty much a necessity, and you're really gonna have to do that because honestly, like, it's just really difficult trying to get one shot kills with hip firing, unless of course you reduce the hip fire spread on it. But the thing is that this gun really shines when you actually aim down sights, and you can get some pretty long range kills with it by doing that, and of course having the right attachment setup. But yeah, that little delay that happens every time you shoot it can get really irritating and can kind of screw you over sometimes. So I don't know if it's a bug in the game or if it's intentional. I wasn't really sure, and so I don't know. No one's addressed it. Treyarch or whoever hasn't addressed this issue, if it is an issue, but I don't know. It just seems a little odd that it's like this, and so I kind of wish that they didn't have that little delay there. But either way, I do enjoy using the shotgun. It's pretty satisfying getting those one-shot kills at a little bit longer ranges than the other shotguns can get. So yeah, either way, I am enjoying Season 6 so far. Warzone's a little rough because all the sweats are back on, so I'm not really liking that right now. But nonetheless, I really do like this map. The Deprogram map is great. The Ironhide shotgun's really good. I'll have to use the Grav a little bit more, but I can definitely see it be a reliable weapon, but at the same time, I don't know how reliable it's going to be when I get attachments for it. So either way, not too bad of a start of a season. I'm excited to try everything else out that we have to come later in Season 6 Reloaded, of course, and of course what we got with this season. And of course the zombie map is pretty fun. You know, it's always good to have something different when it comes to zombies. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel for more Call of Duty videos every single day, and I shall catch you guys later.